Hi there. Today I want to talk to you about what happens when companies are faced with a labor dispute, strike, wildcat, social media protest, something that's unexpected and unplanned for, and what are the first few things you need to do as an employer to help your business prepare for and maintain operating. I'm Rob Relieder. I'm president and founder of Western Protection Alliance here in Vancouver, and today I wanted to talk about what happens when a strike is already underway, be it a wildcat, environmental protest, that sort of thing, and what things you need to do as a company to help those first few days, because typically those first few days will be as long as that happens in a kind of an illegal or unexpected type of situation. So number one is it's important that you begin evidence collection. The importance of evidence I've touched on in earlier videos. It's very important for the professionalism that you convey to the courts if you're pursuing civil or criminal injunctive relief or pursuing charges. And it also helps if you're professional and discreet, which you should be in that evidence collection. It helps diffuse the animosity or that temperature on that picking line, be it a wildcat and that sort of thing. So that's important. And ideally, that evidence is collected with experienced personnel that know what they're doing, that can testify to it, that can write affidavits with your lawyers for that evidence and know what continuity of evidence is and that sort of thing, which I've touched on in previous videos. And it also helps deter foolishness that's going on in the picket line. So that's number one. Number two has changed over the last few years for me and how our society has evolved. It used to be that hiring strike security personnel would be my second choice in these situations. Now it's media relations. And the reason I've changed that thinking is that in these situations, they're fairly short-lived, and you need to get your message out front, whatever that message is, and get ahead of what's happening to you. So hiring experienced professional media relations people to help prep you for interviews, to help with your social media campaign, to help you talk to customers and suppliers. All that factors into that media campaign, and it should be, again, media personnel that are experienced in crisis situations. And there's a lot of them individually or as organizations go. So now number three, after the media relations personnel, is hiring proper strike security. People that know what they're doing when faced with this type of situation. A lot of these have the same parallels as a legal labor dispute, strike, or a lockout. And it's important that there's people with experience that know what they're doing to help start managing that picket line. So be it a wildcat, environmental protest, you need proper and experienced strike personnel to delineate the property line, to collect that evidence, and to help manage that picket line by meeting with a picket captain, if there is such a thing in this kind of protest, to liaise with the local police department and those types of roles. That's super important. And then fourthly, you want to start movement of product in and out of the facility or facilities that are impacted by this unexpected protest. And expect that there's going to be animosity, because for maybe hours, maybe a day or two, that protest has probably forced you to stop operating, to stop movement of product and personnel across into your facility or out of your facility. So that's going to create animosity, but you need to start managing that picket line by personnel and product going in and out. And which I've talked about in earlier videos, the importance there is it's product in situations that can allow it. It's product as opposed to personnel that are getting moved in and out of the picket line. It's just a safety issue, and it's better for protest to be protesting widgets than your staff. So that's critical. And the pickets, you understand, if it's a wildcat, environmental protest, those sort of things, the pickets have been in control of that line. So expect that animosity. So those four things I touched on: the evidence collection, to start that. Number 2 is hiring media relations to help manage your story. Number 3, to hire strike security personnel to manage that picket line. And then lastly, I mentioned in number 4 is to start movement of product in and out of the facility. So this is not a typical labor dispute. It's out of the ordinary. And so what's your goal here? Well, it's really just to weather the storm. And the bar's pretty low. Your only focus is really to live to fight another day and just to survive the moment. And it's important that all the steps that I've talked about, that you do those professionally and within the law, always. So that's super important. And these things come and go, and they're tough to contingency plan for. I get it. And everyone wants to save money, especially today with preparing for these potential eventualities that may or may not happen. And so I ask questions as how much is your company's reputation worth? How much is the safety of your staff worth? And how much is your business worth? And so you need to prepare for that eventuality when it comes to potential erratic crisis situations that you may not contingency plan for. So I wanted to address those today on what happens when a strike is already underway. I can be reached for more information at 604-880-0645, or alternatively, my email is relater@westernalliance.ca.